A narcissist will almost always rely on love bombing and sex bombing to reel you in and get you hooked onto them. This idealization phase includes intense attention, affection, compliments, gifts, frequent and amazing sex. And once you're hooked, the narcissist will begin to reveal their true colors. And it's at this point that they will begin to disengage and discard you emotionally. I'm Lisa Blanc, therapist, author, and life coach, and today I'm going to give you 10 signs that a narcissist has emotionally discarded you. And at the end of this video, I will tell you the real reason you are being discarded. And if you can understand and accept this one thing, it will put an end to all of your confusion. No matter what type of narcissist you're dealing with, it's important to understand that they have an extreme need to be admired and recognized as special and superior. But they also have a deep-seated hatred for their true self and an even deeper fear of being exposed and rejected. Because of this, they devalue, distance, dissociate, and discard those who get too close to them. Narcissistic personality disorder can be the result of complex trauma, genetics, or a combination of factors. But whatever the underlying cause, they are intrinsically motivated and driven to gain supply to maintain their false fantasy self and their false fantasy reality. And anyone who doesn't play along gets discarded. And even if you do play along, you may still be discarded. So here are 10 signs that you've been emotionally discarded by a narcissist. Number 1, you're no longer getting the attention and the praise and being spoiled by them. In the beginning, they're totally into you. They couldn't get enough of you. They complimented you, bought you things, and made you the center of their universe. But then suddenly, there is no more special treatment. It's all dried up. And unless they want something from you or need you in order to impress others, whatever you get from them after the love bombing stage usually comes with a heavy price tag and many reminders of how appreciative you should be and how much you owe them for everything that they've done for you. Number 2, not only is a narcissist no longer idealizing you, they are starting to devalue you. They are slowly and systematically using tactics to confuse, shame, blame, and make you believe that you're the problem. They will likely get suspicious and accuse you of infidelity, of not being trustworthy, of humiliating them. And they will start to use anything you're sensitive or insecure about against you. They will blame any and all relationship problems on you being too needy, too insecure, or selfish. Here's an example of how this might play out.
A little bit flexible, please.
Well, can't you decide something that's not just for yourself? Why can't you think about me? All you think about is yourself and all the things you want.
In this clip, we see her accusing her boyfriend of being selfish and only thinking of himself. After this fight, he might start to think that he is being selfish, and maybe he is. Doubting himself would be a normal response. When someone accuses you of something, it's good to take a step back and examine whether there is some truth to what they're saying and to consider whether you need to make some adjustments. But with a narcissist, this is just round 1. In round 2, they will build on the foundation that they are creating, and there will be further accusations and evidence to convince you that you are indeed selfish. So here's another clip to demonstrate how this might progress.
People used to tell me that you were too selfish to be a great artist, and I used to defend you. They were absolutely right.
Here we see her using social proof, saying everyone tried to warn her that he was selfish, but she defended him. And finally, in this last clip, she says that selfishness is who he is. It's his identity, his character.
You're so merged with your own selfishness, you don't even identify it as selfishness anymore.
As time goes on, you will experience more and more character assassinations. And here's the thing, The narcissist will masterfully set you up to behave in ways that will lead you to further believe that what they are saying is true. They will keep your attention focused on your behavior. They will keep you in a state of confusion and in an intense emotional state so that you can never rationally figure out what's actually happening. Number 3, sexually, they are either pulling away from you or treating you like an object. The narcissist might withhold sex or any type of physical intimacy as a way to make you feel inadequate, like you're not good enough. Usually, when the narcissist emotionally discards you, sex will only happen when they want it, how they want it, and if they have any interest at all in giving you pleasure, it is to get something in return or prove their sexual prowess or power over you. Number 4, they are becoming more and more inaccessible both physically and emotionally. They may flake on plans. They are distant, cold. They just don't have any time for you. There is a massive shift in their energy towards you. They're no longer warm and fuzzy. Now they are aloof, distracted, and indifferent. Number 5, they criticize and nitpick at everything you say and do. They're irritated with how you drive, how you eat, breathe. They make you feel like you just can't do anything right. Like you're stupid, unattractive, overly dramatic, needy. They point out and amplify any faults or errors that you make, and their goal is to lower your self-esteem and make you feel like you're unworthy of being with them or with anyone else. Number 6, they abandon you regularly. They disappear or stop talking to you without any explanation or reason, sometimes for hours, days, maybe even longer. They create fights out of thin air anytime they want some freedom to do what they want with whoever they want to do it with. Not coming back until they're good and ready. Often not until you apologize and prove that you are worthy of their fleeting attention. Over time, they are training you to be anxious until they respond or return, keeping you wondering what you did wrong and trying to figure out how to fix it. Number 7, where they used to act empathetic, now they don't even bother. They have zero tolerance for your emotions. They don't care if you're hurt. Your feelings have no effect on them and will often result in further demeaning you. For example, they will accuse you of being overly sensitive, dramatic, trying to manipulate them with your emotions, and flat out refusing to acknowledge that you are genuinely hurt. It's like they've become completely heartless towards you. Number 8, their verbal attacks intensify and aim to destroy you. Here's a clip to demonstrate what this might look like.
Everybody said about you is right. You ran this place straight into the ground. And you want to know what else? I should have married your brother.
These verbal attacks are intended to make you feel inferior and to make the narcissist feel superior and in charge. Keep in mind that this level of verbal attack will only happen later on in the relationship once they have confidence that they've groomed you and brainwashed you to believe that they are trying to help you, that you are the problem, and that you can't trust your own perceptions, judgments, or even your sense of reality. And this is often after they've isolated you from friends and family. So their abuse starts slowly with small insults, short periods of sulking, getting deeply offended by some little thing you said or did. They are testing your response, trying to find out how much you will accept and tolerate. Number 9, they walk all over you and shamelessly take full advantage of you. Once a narcissist has emotionally discarded you, they really don't care anymore. There is just one reason that they're still there, and that reason is that they still have a use for you. The narcissist is using you. Number 10, you have become an emotional hostage. Over an extended period of time, narcissists use guilt, fear, and other negative emotions to manipulate you into getting what they want. They may have temper tantrums, threaten to harm you or themselves, gaslight you, blame you, and this goes on, and you may continue begging and promising to do better and to try harder, but nothing works. So even if you sacrifice yourself to try to meet their needs, their psychological attacks will continue to increase in frequency and intensity until you are in an almost constant state of fear and anxiety, feeling like you're walking on eggshells, feeling trapped in an endless maze of confusion. So if you're staying with a narcissist for whatever reasons, you need to adjust your expectations and understand that their psychological abuse is a defense mechanism, and it is highly unlikely to change. And the real reason you're being discarded, and this is really the only thing you need to know and accept, is that they have a mental disorder called narcissistic personality disorder that causes them to behave in these ways, to create a false fantasy self and a false fantasy delusion and reality. And they find people to help them uphold these delusions. That's it. They're not attached to you. And if they believe that you're catching on or going to expose them, or that someone else could do a better job serving them, you will be discarded. And don't expect them to tell you that they're sick, to apologize for their bad behavior or give you any kind of closure. They'll be more than happy to leave you stuck in the maze, going round and around and around for as long as you let them. So please stop trying to figure out why the narcissist does what they do and accept the real reason is narcissistic personality disorder. For help leaving a toxic relationship, contact a mental health therapist in your area. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And for more information on the tactics and mind games of a narcissistic partner, click on the link above.